Hello and welcome back for another episode of Three Frosted Mugs, a Fiat Entertainment Group production. I'm Rodney, and here with me are Chad.
Good afternoon, Stephen.
Hello, Chad. Conway.
Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Conway. And our producer, Matt.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Matt. And we have Paige back for another episode. Hey, Paige.
Hey, Paige.
And as always, a big thank you to AJ Studios for the post-production and graphics work for the show. So how's everyone doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. You doing well? Good. Awesome. Well, we have a big week this week. The NFL regular season begins this Thursday with the Green Bay Packers.
It seemed like forever, man, but it's finally here.
And they are taking on the Seattle Seahawks at CenturyLink Field.
I think he did. How
It did.
excited are you?
You started to interrupt me, so I started yelling.
He is.
We're at CenturyLink Field right now.
What a game to start off with, too, man. That's
Huge game, right? Which I believe a lot of people think this is going to be the NFC Championship matchup.
Could be. What we start off with last year? It was Denver. Was it Denver, Baltimore? Was that when Peyton threw 7 touchdowns, or was that just the?
I can't remember. Was that the game?
Either way, it was a night game. It was a big game.
Someone get on that.
Yeah.
Well, and my drafts are complete. Are your guys' drafts complete as well?
Yeah, I'm all done.
I'm ready for some football.
Your draft's not done. You got 1 day left to get
You better get on that. And before you get on that, check out our Fantasy Focus episode that is up right now for your viewing pleasure. Which actually, by the time you listen to this, probably will be too late, but still.
And actually, check, and then go on to 3frostedmugs.com for our Pick 3 Plus.
Yep.
All the rules are there. Simple. Pick 3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 3 offensive teams, and the highest game that you think the highest total is going to be on. You'll see the rules on there. It's on the 3frostedmugs.com. It's called Pick 3 Plus.
Thank you, Chad.
You're welcome, Stephen.
Have y'all filled out your Pick 3 Plus yet?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. I'm excited. I just can't wait for it to all to get rolling. But before we get on NFL, let's talk about the best record in the National League and a team that has a real chance to go to the World Series this year, the Nationals.
Yeah,
They're
getting
taking
better.
on the LA Dodgers in Game 2 of their series with them, I believe, this evening.
I mean, it was disappointing, losing 3 at Philly, but we talked about in one of our early episodes is it's a 162-game season.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a couple ups and downs. As long as they don't let that keep them down too long, I don't think it's anything to worry about.
Right now, the record is 78-58, I believe. I think they have a 7-game lead over the Atlanta Braves in their division,
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken.
Play the Braves, what, 6 more times?
Yeah, they play.
Series with them?
Yeah, they play the Braves. Yeah, 2 more times or 2 more series. And I just went through. I'm no baseball analyst, but I just went through to check
Shocker.
out what they have.
You're no Bob Uecker, but
Don't even know who that is. But no, I don't know
hold
who
on
Bob
now,
Uecker is. Who's Bob
just a
Uecker?
bit outside.
What did he play in Mr. Belvedere, right? Was it Mr. Belvedere?
Oh my gosh! Wait, from
Major League.
Major League.
Yeah,
I never knew
but
the guy's
he's
name.
an actual announcer. I think he does the Brewers games.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember him from Mr. Belvedere and Major League.
Belvedere, right?
Yeah, he was the dad in Mr. Belvedere.
Right.
Was
Yeah. Uh huh.
That's how he does it.
You don't know who the dad was in Webster.
LA Rams.
Alex Karras or something like that.
I did not know that.
All I know is we were talking about baseball,
Yeah.
and he did not play baseball.
No,
played
he did
football.
not. I went through their schedule for the remaining month, and just giving them an edge, obviously, in a 3-game series. Let's say they win 2 out of that, and splitting all the 4-game series. I mean, they're still coming out with like 94 wins at the end of the month.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on Mr. Belvedere.
What a great show.
Where is your mind
Didn't
at
he used
right
to always
now?
wear a Michigan sweater?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I was talking about Mr. Belvedere in the past month. Actually, the show itself.
So when they got after they got 2 games, they played tonight, and they got Fister's going against Kershaw, and then they play LA one more game. Then Philly comes here, and then we got Strasburg, Rourke, and Gonzalez going at home against Philly. I mean,
But the big thing is playing the Braves. Can they beat the Braves in the month of
and we
September?
got the first 3-set game. We got them at home, and they're projecting Fister, Zimmerman, and Strasburg. I mean, I like that playing the Braves at home.
Definitely.
Hold on, I'm going to pull up a little thing right here so I can tell you what their head-to-head record with the Braves has been this season, and along with the Phillies
What
and
do
the
you-
Marlins.
You think they're to the good?
No, definitely
I don't think
not.
they are
No.
either.
I want to say they're. I don't know how many times they played. Tell me before
gonna
you
say
before you say the
they're-
record. Tell us how many times they said it,
Okay.
or how many times they played.
All right. Keep going. Stall for me for a second, gentlemen. I'm looking it up right now.
Do you think it's even close to 500?
Do you think we could find old reruns of Mr. Belvedere somewhere?
Oh, definitely.
You
There's
know-
definitely a
you know
website
one
for
thing
that.
that's-
I want to sing the song, but I'm not. Totally
Why is it
so-
not on Netflix yet? That's what I don't understand. Okay, so let's see here. We have the Atlanta Braves 2014 season.
That is correct.
We have
Yay!
13 games.
job.
You want to know how many games total, right?
Yeah, just how many they played.
13 games total
That
thus
they
far.
played each other.
Yes,
I would
in
say what?
2014.
4, 9, or 5 and 8.
I'm gonna go. You said 13,
Mm-hmm.
6 and 7.
4-9. Nailed it. 4-9.
Terrible against them, man.
I mean, they're only what 5 games up,
7.
7 games up.
How many do you think they are with the Phillies right now? Head to head. They've had 16 meetings with the Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh, they're probably 10 and 6, 11 and 5.
I'd say they won 8.
8-8.
All right, they did just lose 3.
They did just lose 3 in a row. So I don't know, man. I mean, they seem to be on a good roll right now. Everything seems to be working out.
Well, what I think, what I kind of like and what I kind of don't like, we were kind of talking, a little bit before the show, is what I'm seeing here is they don't have a guy batting over 300.
Yeah, but they're hitting right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they're hitting right now.
But they got a lot of guys 267, 280 and above, which is what you want to see. And
Scoring runs.
yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about, scoring runs.
And I would not be wrong in saying their defense is pretty high caliber right now as well, right?
They're
Keeping
deep
teams
too, man.
down.
I mean, they got a good. All the way from everybody talks about the bullpen and everything, but their whole roster, fielding and hitting deep,
yeah.
and that's what you really need. I mean, everybody talks about how deep you need to be in the NFL to make runs and to win championships. I mean, playing baseball, you got to be deep.
And they did something for the first time last night that their organization's never done. Do you know what that is?
What?
Hit 4 runs and had 4 stolen bases in one game.
4 home runs and 4 stolen bases.
I don't know. I mean, does that do I have nothing to relate that to? I mean, that's awesome.
Anytime
Never-
stolen bases are always good because you're getting an extra base.
Right.
So that means you're at least
You're
getting a runner.
scoring position.
Right. Why
Steven.
that number though?
Why what number?
4 and 4.
What
Was
bases
it
are
3 and
scoring
3 before
position?
that?
Because that's how many they hit. They've never done that in the game.
So before that, they've done
Here's
3
the
and
thing
3?
about baseball. Baseball is all about stats.
Yeah, on everything, right?
Baseball has a stat for everything.
Mhm.
Everything. I mean, they probably have stats for
Last year, Jason Worth ate 14 hot dogs between the 7th and 9th inning.
Tom Hanks holds the stat for the longest pee ever taken prior to a baseball game.
Which president has won the most races around Nats Park in their presidential race?
I'm gonna say Teddy Roosevelt.
I don't know. I haven't looked up.
No
the stats.
idea.
He's the one that didn't win for the longest time.
Oh, is that the one they won't let Teddy win?
Hey, but he had a good breakthrough win when he finally won.
Isn't Taft one of the presidents too? Taft?
Lincoln.
Pretty sure.
Hey, what was
Paige
better?
knows.
He is.
What was better, Mr. Belvedere or Webster?
I mean, I guess Mr. Belvedere is
Did
the only
you
one
ever
that sticks
watch
out in my
Webster?
mind.
I don't. Webster had
Probably.
that little trap door. He could sneak up and down.
See, I have
Hey, what's the other one with the other with Gary Coleman? What was that?
that was Different Strokes.
What you talking about, Willie?
that
Yeah.
pwns everything.
That was really good. That was a good show. I did watch that.
You know what pwns all that? Phoebe Cates
No,
and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I know that's a movie. We're talking about shows, but Phoebe Cates, one of the best scenes ever.
That is very true.
I don't know how to
can't even get
segue
to
that
talking
into
about
the
that
Nats
because-
again. I have no idea.
Were you born yet when that movie?
No, absolutely not.
You have
No.
no idea who Brad Hamilton is.
Well,
No clue.
there's no one on the Nat staff that has a girlfriend like Justin Verlander. That's how we can put it in there.
Gosh, there were some pictures leaked that are
On the cloud.
not too
If
bad.
anyone can
Secure
tell
your
me how
cloud.
to get to her cloud, let me know.
Secure your cloud. Oh, her cloud is secure. FBI secured now.
Yeah,
We
how does the
got the
FBI,
FBI
get
involved.
into naked pictures?
That's
I like
to me. Does the FBI have something better to
Do
do?
we? I was going to say, is that to the point where we're at where we're going to look at the FBI's
I don't
investigating
think, you know
naked
what?
pictures of Kate
I don't
Upton?
think as much of an investigation happened during WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks.
I've looked up a lot worse stuff than Kate Upton.
Right.
I've never
That's
had
what I'm thinking.
an FBI knock on my door. So you were looking at some terrible stuff.
but
I heard you.
you didn't get it directly from their secured cloud account or anything
Maybe I
like that.
did.
That's the thing. It's a breach. It's like a
Yeah, but the FBI's involved.
yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess when you
For
got-
us, by us. I don't know. Fubu.
I like Jennifer Lawrence too while we're talking about that, but
Oh my word.
I mean,
We've
that is
gotten completely
that's the
off
big
base of the
news,
Nats
though.
here.
That's the big news.
It completely surpasses the Nats' chances to be in the World Series, the Kate Upton news, and the Jennifer Lawrence news.
yeah.
No one is talking about the Nats other than because of this.
I'm looking at it right
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to find her cloud right this second.
FBI, if you're listening.
FBI point me towards the cloud. I won't sell them or nothing.
Yeah. Personal use.
I mean, what happened to the good old days where you had a hide a magazine
What?
underneath your mattress.
with about 25 sticky tissues.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, back then there was no internet, so there was other ways you had to do your thing.
The J.C. Penney catalog.
God,
That summer catalog was the bomb.
God, when that thing came out, I was either looking at the lingerie section or model airplanes
I have completely lost
for
control.
two different reasons.
Right.
All right, so what do we see coming
trying
up?
to hang on
segment.
to my childhood.
So, is there any way that we go in, or
Hanging on to my man.
that we go to and beat Kershaw tonight? We'll get back on baseball. Is there any way we can go to LA and beat Kershaw?
If we beat Kershaw tonight, then that's going to be a miracle.
He's 16-3. We got Fister, who's 12-5.
Yeah, Kershaw at home. I mean, would you bet against that?
Let's put
No.
it this way: if they do that, then
I wouldn't bet against them on the road.
Then my expectations for this rest of the season are going to be great
Hey, it's a good
and
test.
high.
I mean, I watched the game last night pretty much from start to finish. I mean, when they're playing somebody like that, I don't watch a whole lot of baseball, but I love watching the Nats. But this is a good test for them tonight. I mean, going against Kershaw, I mean,
Y'all guess his
I'm not going
ERA.
to take your word for it. You don't watch a lot of baseball, so I'm not even.
You have cable yet?
Yeah, I've had cable now for the past couple years.
Kershaw's ERA is 1.63.
What do you say?
1.32.
1.73. That's stout.
Wow, almost nailed it.
He's got a 2.5 career ERA. Let's see Fister. Guess what Fister's is?
Fister's this year is 2.12.
Do you have a guess? Do you know it? What does ERA stand for?
Earn run average.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
that.
gonna say.
He wishes that
What'd
was
you
on
say?
Nasty.
What'd you say? 2.1.
2.1.
2.1. I mean, I just don't want to crack under that. That's the thing. All right, 2.3.
2.5. I mean, so he's having a great year. 12-5. That's what I look at. I don't look so much at win losses, but ERA. Because he's 12-5, but if he was 12-5 with the 6 ERA, it just means they were hitting more when he was pitching. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean he was pitching any better. Like Strasburg, his record's 11-10. What is he?
His ERA is probably about 2.3.
I'll say he's probably like 3.5 or like
Is there over
low
3?
threes. 3.49, which is not horrible. Well, you know, he's 11-10. So if you looked at his record, you say, oh, it's not a great year.
He
But
loves to give up home runs early.
God, if he could just.
But right
Not
now,
do
our
that.
stud is Fister, is what you're saying for the most. I mean, he's the one who's.
Oh, Fister. I mean, yeah, Fister's tough. He's going. That's going to be a good. I mean, it starts at 10
What's
p.m.
Zimmerman's?
So I
What's
won't be able to watch
Zimmerman's?
it. Zimmerman's 10-5 on the year, so that's good. Zimmerman is 2.93.
Well,
Then Tyler Rourke's 12-9. He's 2.9 ERA. Or Tanner Rourke.
here's my prediction for the Washington D.C. area sports.
Gio's 3.
The Nats are going to win the World Series. The Redskins are going to come back and go 13-3 and win the Super Bowl, and then the Wizards are going to come back and get to the NBA Finals and win the championship.
I'll take any action you want on any of that.
It's going to be a great year for DC sports.
Place your bets.
Get ready.
Yeah,
You
that's
think
good.
Get ready.
Bryce Harper was definitely not alive. He's never seen Phoebe Cates.
I guarantee.
100%
I guarantee he's watched
We-
it on AMC or whatever they show it on all
You
the
can't
time.
watch that on any of those regular channels. You have to go straight DVD or HBO, or it's just not good.
Yeah, because if not, then it's just they just go straight into her walking in on him in the bathroom.
Okay, well, make sure you tune in for the Nats game tonight because I know I will be. All right, I think we are going to move into it's Ask Steven time, isn't it?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't do one. I think we didn't do one. We haven't done this since George, right?
No, we have. We did an episode before, and then we did our fantasy focus. So
we
we
did say
did
play
an Ask Steven since George, yeah.
We're
was that-
one trick
Remember,
pony, right?
it
That's
was
the
like-
only game we
it
got.
was a movie one. It was a movie themed one. Remember?
But you're our host. Why don't you come up with a different game?
Man,
you have to be the
am I
focus
supposed to
of
come up with
attention all the
games for
time.
myself?
I mean,
Just
you're
look,
the focus of attention.
look, we don't
all the
have time for that. We'll discuss this in the post production. Let's
Take 6.
let's start this guy.
All right. You want to start off? I mean,
Yes,
Farrell,
I do wanna
everybody
start
pretty
off.
much knows how it is. We're going to ask him 4 questions.
He's not going to get any of them right.
Layup. It's going to be a free throw, 3-pointer, and then half quarters, 1, 2, 3, and 4 points. And he's got to have 11 points to win.
I
Yes.
guess
Yes.
I've only won one time.
You're so scared to say anything with math now because my wife will
I'm
call
not
you
allowed.
out.
I mean, the graphic designer kicked me off of keeping score, so Matt, our producer, will be keeping score. So every time he gets one right, Matt, you got to go swish.
Gosh.
I need a button.
Why don't we have a button? I need a button.
Yeah. I did have a button. I got it taken away before the show even started.
Well,
Alright.
we all need a button.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you want to start it off?
Yes. Here's my laid up. Here's my laid up.
Laid him up.
I'm gonna laid you up right here. You ready?
Yeah, let it rip.
Who is the Ryder Cup captain this year?
Tom Watson.
Swish.
All right.
That's what his layup sounded like because he doesn't use the backboard.
This should be a layup with you since you're a Skins fan. What former Redskins quarterback nickname was Slingin'?
I'm gonna say Mark Rippon.
Hold on. Can I add something to it just to see if he gets it?
Uh-huh.
Slinging Sammy.
Oh,
Spit all over top of my microphone.
I know, man. That was disgusting.
I mean, you're a Redskin fan.
I mean, give me a break
And
here.
he did play before you were alive and had
Yeah,
cable.
give me a break
He
here.
played, I think, in 1930.
Well, who was it?
Sammy
then?
Ball. Slinging Sammy Ball.
Slinging Sammy Ball.
That was a brick.
God, you bricked the layup. Well,
I did.
all right, go ahead, Conway. Give him your
All right.
foul shot.
This should have been my layup, too. I gave him two easy ones right at the beginning because I like to get them going and just demolish
And then
them.
to crush my hopes and
Right.
dreams. Yeah.
In this year's past Oscars, what won Best Film?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't watch it, but I'm gonna say 12 Years a Slave.
That is correct. I didn't watch it either.
I didn't watch the
That's the
Oscars.
layup for
I
him.
don't even watch the Oscars.
Being a movie guy.
You do watch the Oscars.
I don't.
You have an Oscar watching.
The only
party.
no. I used to go to Oscar watching parties in college, but that was being
Oh,
invited by
gosh.
attractive girls.
That should have came with the side order. All right. This is the Conway Reed two-part question.
I like
Yeah.
it.
What year did Tiger win his first major, and what major was it?
And what show have we not spoken about?
And
Tiger?
what year
I can't go
did
without
Tiger win his first major?
Yes.
And what? I'm sorry, what was the last
And
one? Major.
What major was it?
1998.
What major?
I want to say the. I want to.
Nabisco Open.
I want to say the Masters, but I'm going to say PGA.
It was the Masters, but it was
It was the
1997.
Masters. Oh my gosh, you serious?
The
Oh
97 Masters.
man,
So are we giving that one to him, or
you can't
No way.
give that to me. It was completely wrong.
No.
All right.
He's terrible. He's not getting. He's got to earn everything he
So
gets
how many
now.
points does he have right now? He hasn't got none of Chad's.
3.
You have 3 points.
I mean, I was so close.
Here's another easy one. I mean, I gave easy ones to you this week.
Yeah, give you.
I thought I was giving him easy ones. I was like, mine are all too easy.
What college did Allen Iverson go to?
Can I give you a hint before you say?
Yeah,
anything?
good.
John Thompson.
That means nothing.
John Thompson.
Means nothing.
How about this? I wonder if I give him the mascot name.
If you give him the mascot name, he should get it.
If not, he's no longer a 3 frosted mug.
Correct.
Hoyas.
Georgetown.
There you go.
Yeah. He gets 1/2 of a point.
No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to adjust the pointage
You
given
get a
out.
point?
Yes, I got it right.
So if I asked you what 3 plus 3 was, and I said it's 1 after 5,
Doesn't. It's
You
not the
still
same
get that
thing.
point?
It's not the
He'd
same
probably
thing.
still get that wrong.
Okay,
All
we
right.
have a few minutes. What's up?
Here's my 3-pointer. Who has the record for most no-hitters in Major League Baseball?
Most no hitters in Major League Baseball.
And it'd be impressive if you could say how many, but
I'm gonna take a guess at that. Mine's a guess.
well, you should know that.
Does he? And does he play still anymore?
No. He probably could.
Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan.
Was it how many? Was it 7?
7.
Way to go! So how many points is that, Matt? Let's see what this brings us down to.
And I just got a great idea for a game next time. I'll talk to you guys about it later. All right, good.
Write that down.
I'm actually not keeping score. I'm just keeping a tally of how many he gets right and wrong.
All right, so he's got 3 from me, and he's got so he's got 6 points.
The hell is going on?
We're giving him 6.
He's got 2, 3.
You're just
he's
coming
got
up with
3
stuff
from
on the
you.
fly.
6. Do I give him mine? He's not getting mine.
No.
Not after we
No,
give
so
him
he's got to
Hoyer.
get one of ours.
What, the Georgetown Hoya one?
He's got to get both of them.
I'm
then.
definitely getting the George. You give me the points for that
You get
one.
1/2 of.
No!
get 1.5
You need that.
points.
That
No.
half point will put you over. So
Yeah.
if you don't want it, you lose.
All right, fine. I get a half point.
yeah, you'll either have 10 or 10.5. Actually, no. Either way, you still lose. Well, no, because 10.5 is over 500%. That's all we said.
Yep, that is true.
500%.
500%.
You know what I'm talking about.
Over 500.
Over 500.
That's
decimal
how I'm
point
sure,
500.
This is how sure I am that you're not going to get the answer to this.
Okay.
500%.
Okay.
No, actually, if you think about it, you might be able to get this one.
All right,
Think
well,
about
lay it out on me.
Take
What's
your
going
time. Lay it out
Who
on
was
him.
the last non-quarterback to win the Heisman Trophy?
Who was the last non-quarterback? Charles Woodson?
Nope.
Nope.
Give him the conference or the team. Give him the team.
Played for Alabama. He now plays for the New Orleans Saints unless he got cut.
Nah, he's still there.
Non-quarterback. Was he?
He was a running back.
He was a running back.
Yep.
Let me tell you what his name rhymes with.
Oh
His
God.
first name is Mark.
Oh, Mark Ingram.
There you go.
Yeah.
You get no points.
You're not getting out.
If you get this one right, though, I think you
And,
win.
and this one is easy.
All right.
This
well,
should never be a half-court shot.
I mean, take us to a break with the just
Well,
nailing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
what
you're
is
going
it?
to get cut off. Who was the only college player to be on the 1992 Olympic Dream Team?
Who was the only college player to be on the 1992? You said
The Dream Team.
Olympic
Played
Dream
for
Team.
Duke.
He hit a huge shot against Kentucky.
A turnaround jumper.
Look up.
Oh man, I'm going. I mean, my mind is racing. I have no idea.
He played with Bobby Hurley.
I was going to say it's not Bobby Hurley.
Or
He has no idea.
I
who
have
this
no
guy
clue.
is.
I have no clue.
Christian Leitner. All right, so you lose.
Okay,
You're bringing
I've come
beer.
to terms with it.
You're bringing
We gotta
beer.
do. We gotta do a new game.
All right, well, why don't you
Actually,
bring
my
us,
whole plan
bring
was-
us in from the next break and tell us about the new game.
Okay. All right. It's very similar to 20 questions, and it still centers around me coming up with answers.
I like it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the center of attention.
This is my show. Except when we get sidetracked talking about Phoebe Cates in 1980s movies.
Let's take a break and talk about her.
We'll discuss that during the break.
Are you going to take us to a break or not?
Oh yeah, we're
That
gonna
was-
go
that
to a
was his
break
way of
right
taking
now.
us to a
That
break.
was
Taking
it.
us to a break.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back to discuss some NFL and some of our predictions for the games this coming weekend. Welcome back to the second segment of episode 6 of the Three Frosted Mugs. And we're going to move into the NFL because that is starting this Thursday. As we mentioned earlier in the show, Green Bay Packers taking on Seattle Seahawks at CenturyLink Field Thursday at 8. Is that right? Or 8:30?
I can tell you in just a
I think
second.
it's around 8 or 8:30. Tune in at
8:30.
8. Okay, we'll start at 8. Get
Start
there
drinking
a
at
half hour
6.
early.
Start
I'm
drinking
excited.
at 6, see the game at 8.
And what a great game to start with, man. So exciting. Looks like a great weekend of football, actually.
Yeah, it's the first weekend of football. It's the best weekend.
Yeah,
I've
right?
been waiting forever for it.
Slamming.
Yeah, we should start taking tweets on people's like opinions on what type of like if we're gonna get in and start talking about some parlays and stuff like that.
I like it. Oh, we did have someone who asked us a fantasy football question. Just like to bring it up because I thought it was hilarious. The question we were being asked about
Which Oakland receiver?
Yeah, about Oakland receiver. Which Oakland receiver would be best to, I guess, play in a half
PPR league. I guess
Which
where you get half a point per reception.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you, it's to look at that team, look at the depth chart. I mean, aside from James Jones, I mean, obviously, of course, he had a pretty good quarterback in Aaron Rodgers the
Yeah.
last few years.
Yes.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, they got a really good tight end. But he didn't ask about tight ends. I mean, Daenerys Moore, it is what it is.
Well, like what you just
Was your
said-
answer Ronald Curry?
No, my answer was James Jones. But like you just
Tim
said,
Brown.
you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers who is like Peyton Manning, makes everyone around them better
Yeah.
because they put the ball where it needs to be. And now you've got, well, at least we know right now they're starting Derek Carr in Oakland this weekend. And you have James Jones catching balls from Derek Carr, which I have no idea how he's going to be. My prediction, though, like a Russell Wilson situation where he takes the job from Matt Schaub and they win the Super Bowl in the next 2 years.
I mean, everything's setting up for that.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
Just by Derek Carr starting.
It's going to
well,
happen.
his brother was a good quarterback in college, and we saw what happened to him.
Well, maybe his brother is a better teacher, and his younger brother can, actually.
I hope he does good. Yeah, but I would. I mean, you already got him. Hopefully, you picked up James Jones late if he does have James Jones. If not, I would stay away from those wide receivers. Are going to be on the waiver wire. Find out what's going to happen with Derek Carr, then make a move going from there. Because even if James Jones was Matt Schaub's go-to guy, every quarterback has a go-to guy, has that that comfort zone, that guy they're going to go to when they know where they're going to be at. So I would say wait it out, see who Derek Carr likes.
Well, there you go. There you have it.
Why are you stuck on the Oakland Raiders so much?
Man,
and it is kind of funny how the very first fantasy question that we get is about the Oakland
I'm
Raiders.
telling you, it's.
I mean, ever since he brought it up, all I see stuff is.
I think I
just
mentioned it about
constant
like
stuff.
4 months ago. Is
Yeah,
that when I
it
started
was-
talking about it?
I mean, it was before training camp and everything.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't
during
know. I
the
just
summer.
got this weird feeling about Matt Schaub going to Oakland. Now, I don't know whether Matt Schaub is going to even have a chance to play, depending upon how Derek Carr plays. But I don't know. Then from there, I just started seeing all of this Oakland stuff, like showing a house. There's an Oakland throw sitting on someone's couch. Stickers of Oakland.
I can tell you what, if their running back core, if Darren McFadden stays healthy and Maurice Jones-Drew stays healthy and runs like a young Maurice Jones-Drew, I don't care what Derek Carr does. They just
Hand
run
it
the ball
off.
down people's throats.
Yes.
So, I don't
As long
know.
as they can play defense.
They're just in such a tough division. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it would take Peyton Manning going down to win the division.
And
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers and Alex Smith.
Yeah,
I mean, it would take all those
now let me
guys
ask
to go
you,
down.
Alex Smith, he just got a big payday. Does that affect his production this season in
Not
a
a guy
positive way? Or?
Not a guy like Alex Smith, I don't
So
think.
you
I think
think-
he's going to play the same. Andy Reid's going to get the best out of his players. I don't think that's going to affect
It's
him.
some of those guys. I mean, to play quarterback, you have to take it to the next level and want to compete. A lot of times, the running backs will get their money, wide receivers get their money, defensive linemen get their money, and then that's just it.
Chris
Their
Johnson rushed
production
for
goes
2,000
down.
yards, got
Yeah.
his money, done.
I mean, but to me, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're playing for a paycheck and you get to that big payday and that's what you're playing for, I understand that. To me, quarterback is a different position.
Right.
You can't just half-ass that.
Sure.
You just can't. So no.
So
your
you-
your
you're
answer to your
negative.
question is no.
Gotcha. Now let's go to the other end of that. You just mentioned defensive players. J.J. Watt just got a big payday as well. Positive effect, negative effect
Well,
on his
which-
production.
If he's gonna say all these things out there, I should get paid the way I play and blah blah blah. Now he needs to back up his paycheck.
So by his standards, he needs to give them like a $75 million effort compared
Well, how
to
many times?
whatever
How
he's
many times do
making.
you hear like Russell Wilson's underpaid or this guy's underpaid and blah blah blah? Okay, well you've got your paycheck, now perform.
Yeah.
You've sat here and run your mouth and said, "Hey, I shouldn't give a." What was the quote that he used?
No, he said that he was taught that by his parents that if they're paying you $2, you give them a $3 effort.
Right.
So by his standards, what he's like guaranteed $50 million, he should give them $75 million guaranteed effort.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, and his workouts are, notorious. I mean, they, you see all these things about him working out and
Doing
him
CrossFit
this.
and stuff,
So,
right?
so it's
Yeah.
tough to think of a guy like that as all of a sudden going to stop working out because working out, to me, from the outside looking in, seems like something that he likes to do. Like he wants to go in there and work out and be a beast. Mm-hmm. Now he could get this money, and his pockets could be too heavy. He can't run and jump as as good anymore. So I don't see it. But I mean,
Yeah.
if he still plays good, and then Jadeveon Clowney isn't a bust like I think he's going to be, then they're going to wreak havoc.
I think they're going to sack RG3 17 times.
Definitely
I take over.
that and this other bit of news that Houston has picked up Ryan Mallett over the weekend as another quarterback addition, which he was at the Patriots before that, right?
Correct.
Yes. I mean,
he's
that,
got to be better than Dink and Dunk Fitzpatrick.
that's what I'm saying. So that begs the question about the first game against the Redskins. I mean, everyone was kind of throwing up that as a win for the Redskins, given their offensive weapons and the lack of.
Mallett's not going to start before week 3 or 4 if he does
okay.
come in there because he hasn't been in training camp. He probably doesn't know the verbiage and all that stuff. He hasn't practiced with the team, so he may come in there and may be a better quarterback than Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm.
But if he came in there right now, looking at him probably today and the next week, he wouldn't look like he'd be the better quarterback just because he doesn't know the plays. I mean, probably a totally different offense. Well, I don't know. Bill O'Brien may
O'Brien.
run something similar to
They
New England,
had,
but it's still it's
They have a history together. I'm not sure where,
Bill
but they've
O'Brien
worked
was the
together.
quarterback coach at New England Patriots.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Before he went to Penn State.
So yeah, I mean, it could be a lot of the same verbiage, but again, you're not going to go in there that first week and just pick up things that quick.
I'm just
Ryan
really
Mallett's
nervous.
not that smart.
I'm just very nervous
He did
about
go
that
to
game.
Arkansas, right? Is that where he went?
Whoa, pig suey. You don't know what golfer went to Arkansas that loves Diet Coke and Marlboro Lights.
John Daly.
Well, that just makes me nervous about. I mean, not Ryan Mallett itself, but
But
just
because John Daly went to his alma mater.
John Daly makes me nervous anytime.
Whenever you mention his name, he could pop up anywhere.
Yeah.
Speaking of John Daly, did you get the tweet that I forwarded you from the Warrior Golf thing?
The John Daly tournament.
Yeah, John Daly has a golf tournament down in North Carolina. It's
Yeah.
free. I think it was modestly priced. I mean, I think it was like $100 a person.
Like a typical.
Yeah, but there were still like 6 teams.
Yeah, he's like, come out and
spots
play,
open.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. I was thinking about
This is
taking
awesome.
off.
I was like, let's go.
I don't know, I'm a little irritated with Warrior Golf right now. I'm pretty sure I ordered a set of clubs that I have never seen and
The
never been
man-
charged for.
And paid
I guess
for
it was no, I'd never been charged for them, nothing.
The
So I just gave
man
up.
sat on the phone at Hooters, by the way,
Like 40 minutes.
for like 40 minutes. And was ordering these clubs off one of those TV
What kind of
commercials.
club? Like-
John Daly was the one on the commercial.
Right.
They
Like
made me
clubs,
order
or you
them.
ordering like a driver?
No,
No,
it was
so-
a driver and I think a
Here,
wedge.
this is the way it works. You got a free hybrid when you called in, and then when you called in, of course, they're trying to sell you more crap, right? So what they're trying to sell
And
you
you're
is,
all about it. You're like,
is
if
then
you're
a
gonna cut 3
driver.
strokes off my game, I'll take it.
He's excited.
So they wanted you to order a driver, a 5-wood, a 3-wood, and then a 7-wood, and then you also got the demo putter that they were doing, right? So I got the guy to give me just 2 of those clubs, the putter, and you know, if you keep the 2 clubs or one of the 2 clubs, then you pay him $133 per club. You get the hybrid for free and you get the putter for free. So if I didn't want the driver and the 3-wood, I could send it back, but you know, probably wouldn't end up buying them anyway. Have never seen them and have no record of the money being taken out of my account or anything.
Were you getting the signature series or the tomahawk?
I can't remember. I think it was
Right
the
now.
Tomahawk. I think it was the Tomahawk
I think
series.
it was 6
I just was
PBRs
so
into
excited.
it. And he was like, let's talk golf.
I was just so excited. But anyway, back to NFL. Let's talk about the upcoming games and just kind of see what our thoughts are on each one. What do you think about that,
We talk
gentlemen?
a little lines. We're gonna go
Yeah.
against the spread.
Let's do that and then see where it takes us.
Seattle's laying 6, and the total is 46 on Thursday night.
I mean, you don't bet against Seattle at home, right?
I mean,
Oh, I am.
yeah.
Well,
I'm taking the 6. Anytime Aaron Rodgers is getting almost a touchdown, I don't care if he's playing in the Arctic.
Here's something I'm curious about
taking.
too. The penalty of defensive interference. Is that what it was? What was the penalty that they kept calling the
In
new
preseason?
one? Yeah, in preseason. And they keep saying that it's going to affect Seattle's defensive play.
They got to fix it. What is it? Illegal contact or something?
Illegal contact, I believe. Yeah. Is it after the 5-yard line? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think all that's going to get adjusted because I've watched a couple games and I was ready to turn it off. It was just so stupid. It was literally 20 penalties
Stop and go,
a half
yeah.
or whatever it was.
I mean, I'm ready to lay the 10.5 of Philadelphia. I mean, I see them beating Jacksonville by about 17 points.
Hey, we'll get to it. Don't jump ahead so far.
is that what it is?
And that's
I
It is
guess
10 and a half.
10
written down.
and 53. You think Jacksonville is going to be complete doo-doo?
Are you on scoresandodds.com?
Yeah.
Speaking of scoresandodds.com, back to Twitter real quick.
Is that what you're on?
Huh? No, but I'll get on Twitter. If I get on Twitter,
No,
then
I mean,
won't
you on
talk the rest
Scores
of
and
the time.
Odds?
No, we don't
I'm
want
getting
you on
ready to.
Twitter.
I'm getting ready to. It just came into my head about scoresandodds.com. But Doyle Brunson put on there is like, where can I find, where all the games are scheduled to be on TV or whatnot. You like how I was doing the fake typing? Like he
Yeah.
was
Yeah, like you
tweeting
were
like that.
embodying
Yeah.
Doyle Brunson.
Well, anyways, like somebody came in there and put scoresandodds.com and he retweeted it. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I spent a lot of time on that
Oh,
website.
man. Too much time.
Yeah.
Was that your story?
Yeah, and I'm sticking to it. Then I found $5
Oh my
and then
goodness.
punched you in the face.
All right, so let's just go
You
through
should
these
do that
games
on
here.
air.
Packers and Seahawks. Chad,
Packers.
You taking the Packers
Taking the chalk.
with the spread.
Yep.
Conway.
I'm not telling you who I'm taking.
All right, but this will make it much faster and easier for everybody. Okay, so Bengals at Ravens. Baltimore. What I've got here is Baltimore -1.5. But
Baltimore's -1.5.
yeah, but what I have here.
It's Baltimore and Cincinnati, so the game's going to end up being like 7-3.
Is Chad our professional handicapper?
I guess you won't answer any questions anymore.
I have been. I gave you a lot of insight. I told you about scoresandodds.com.
Awesome. Okay, so who are you taking there?
Man, I've got Cincinnati not being as good this year.
Yeah,
I don't know.
lost their-
Is that Baltimore?
They've lost their offensive and defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah,
And
I
their
mean, you
defensive-
almost gotta take-
I'm sure that whatchamacallit had a lot of hands into the defense, anyways. But
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go Ravens, right?
Oh, and I messed up. I said I'm taking the chalk. Chalk's the favorite. Chalk's not. So if I was betting the chalk, I'd be betting Seattle. So I said that wrong. I'm taking the underdog.
The opposite of the chalk.
I don't know.
Way
I
to
guess
correct yourself, Chad.
I'd have to go to I'd have to go Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Conway.
I'm going Baltimore.
Baltimore. I will as well. Redskins.
So Cincinnati win.
We writing all this down?
It's being
What is
recorded. We're recording. We're going
Yeah,
through
man,
with
this
each
is-
game. We're just.
Yeah,
Are we
we're
trying to
having a
handicap
discussion.
everything?
we're putting it down,
I
man.
mean, if you want to.
I don't know if you know this, but this show is being recorded.
Yes, it's happening right now. If you're not aware. Okay, Redskins at Texans. Kind of discussed that a little bit. Little nervous.
Oh man, so
I'm afraid that the
Houston's
defense
favored by a
is
field
going to
goal.
eat RG3 up. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're at home, right? So 2.5.
man, I don't know. I mean,
I mean, it used to be in the NFL. If you're a rookie coach coming into the game, you automatically you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Now you got two rookie head coaches facing each other for the first time. I mean, Jay Gruden hasn't been a head coach since arena football.
Yeah.
I mean, tossing 60-yard touchdowns.
I don't think
and coaching
Houston
the
is,
defense at the same
Houston's
time.
not going to be as awful as everybody says they are. They're probably not going to win a lot of games, but I don't think they're going to get blown out a lot.
No, their defense is. I mean, nobody gets blown out a lot in the NFL, anyways.
Well, can we hold Davian Clowney and J.J. Watt? That's the thing. And as long as
Can we
RG3
go back to like
takes
the second episode where Clowney was going to be a bust? So next Tuesday when we're talking about that, he sacked RG3 3 times and knocked him out of the game.
I'll eat my words.
RG3 may not make it out of Houston. I'm dead serious.
It's quite possible.
I mean, that guy,
I'm going to tell
I
you one
can't
thing.
say
He
that-
holds the ball that little extra second too long, they're going to tear him up.
they're right there.
J.J. Watt's going to pound him with $50 million guaranteed.
Can you imagine what he feels like today?
J.J. Watt?
Yeah.
Incredible.
There was a
Amazing.
player. Gosh, I wish I knew.
I'd
who
be
got
at
it,
Ruth's
but
Chris
I think
eating
it
a
might
big
have
old
been.
filet mignon right now.
I think it might have been Brandon Marshall that I read, and I'm sure that y'all have seen it. I saw it on Twitter.
You love Twitter.
I do love Twitter now.
Follow us on
What's
Twitter.
your handle on Twitter?
I don't even know what my handle is. I don't.
Way 11.
At 3 Frosted Mugs.
At three, that's ours. At 3 Frosted Mugs.
Right. I'm part of us.
With no O
So that's
and
my
no
Are you part
handle.
of
Frosted.
Free Frosted Mug?
I mean, so couldn't that be my handle too?
It could be.
Am I not allowed to go into that account? Can I start tweeting from that account?
No, we're
No,
not
you're
giving
not
you the
allowed to
password.
do that.
Oh.
You're not. You have no control over
Matt
those things.
handles that stuff for us. Nope. Matt doesn't. No one tweets.
All right, so we were talking about the end of RG3. I mean, even
Kirk
if that
Cousins
happens,
comes in, throws 4 touchdown
that's what
passes.
I'm saying. Even if that happens, like I don't want that to happen, obviously.
Then RG3's traded to Cleveland.
God,
So where are we
everybody.
going there? We're going. I'm going to go. I'm going to say it's going to be 27-24 push.
I'm predicting that. What's the line on scores and odds right now?
3 and 45 and a hook.
I
those
think
that don't
by
know, the
game
hook is the half
time,
point.
it's going to go up to 3.5. Make a lot of people pick the Redskins, and a lot of people's going to lose some money.
All right, so you got the line
That's
moving.
my prediction. If we're talking about betting trends and all that stuff, that's what I'm going with. Not who wins the game. What's going to happen to the line, Rodney?
You guys can talk about that.
What are you going to talk
I'm going
about?
to talk about who's going to win these games,
That's what we're talking
and
about.
I'm going to say Redskins.
Got to pick winners.
So you think Redskins going to win outright or just cover?
I think they're going to win outright.
All right, so here's one. We got another team that's laying 3 on the road. The Saints laying 3 at Atlanta. Divisional game.
High scoring game.
Yeah, and they got at 52. I like New Orleans, man, because I got New Orleans. I think I got New Orleans going to the Super Bowl.
Where do you have them going to the Super? Do you have like a chart written down somewhere?
I think on
For
the show.
On the show.
Remember, this show's being
I thought you
recorded?
had, like, a
Hey,
chart.
this show's being
A
recorded.
chart, like somewhere in your house that you just go to each day, and
You know how the big board when we did our draft?
Yeah.
I got that in my living room. It's like, all right, who do I have going?
that's all. Amanda must be so mad about that.
She made it for me.
All right,
I'm going to lay the 3 with the Saints.
So you're taking the Saints?
Yep.
Reed?
I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons.
You know what we need? We need some like heavy metal music going on while we're doing all of this.
In the background?
In the background.
Heavy metal? Yeah, because we're all 3
Yeah, just like-
headbangers.
Yeah.
Everyone's a headbanger. All right.
Headbangers ball with Matt Penfield.
Vikings at Rams.
I'm going St. Louis. Lay the 4 at home.
I think I know who you're going with.
Who?
Are you going with the Vikings?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I figured you
I
were.
was trying to help our producer out about something.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. So you're going with the Rams. You're going with the Vikings. Man, I'm leaning toward the Rams. Sean Hill makes me nervous. Don't know what's going to happen. He could just
Kinda
hand
like
off to
John
Zach
Daly makes
Stacy
you
the whole
nervous.
time. Sean Hill and John Daly. That's like my nightmares. Getting beat up by those two guys. I'm gonna go with. I am gonna go with the Vikings. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I like Cordarrelle Patterson.
Pittsburgh lands 6.5.
It's hard to believe that the Rams is it 3.5 right now on score. Are you on scores and odds? How do you just get to the NFL games?
Go to this week and then scroll all the way to the bottom. Pittsburgh lands 6.5 against the Browns. Is there any chance the Browns come within 21 points?
Here's my over and under for this game.
All right.
Since we're being recorded, we don't have to write it down. The number of snaps. Let's say Hoyer doesn't get hurt and doesn't get benched.
Okay.
Number of snaps that Manziel takes during that game.
If he doesn't get, if Hoyer doesn't get hurt, nothing.
You know that he has something planned for him. A couple plays, something like that. But
What do you putting the total at?
4.5
Under. I'm going to say 0. I'm going to say there's no
Curious to see
chance
what
he sees a snap
I mean,
against
Hoyer
Pittsburgh.
looked good before he went down.
Yeah.
And I think it had a lot to do with North Turner, and also has a lot to do when you come off that bench as a backup, and no one has tape on you. Number one, and number two
Love
is
tape.
you're a gunslinger.
Yeah.
You're not scared to throw the ball down the field. Now you're a starter, and you have Manziel looking over your shoulder.
A little bit of extra pressure.
Now I'm thinking, hey, I don't want to throw into this double coverage. I don't want to throw this pick. Where he might be thinking that my job is going to be over with one pick. Now I'm sure if he gets interviewed or whatnot, he's going to give the professional.
He needs to
Hey,
maintain his composure.
right?
Yeah.
I'm a starting quarterback. I'm not worried about that. I'm here for the team. Blah blah blah. Bull. I mean, you're out there. There's a lot more pressure on you right now than there was last year when you picked up for who was it, Brandon Whedon,
Yeah.
and you could come in there and just throw all the ball. I mean, what if you threw 3 or 4 picks?
Maybe
what?
Jason Campbell at the time. Didn't Whedon go down, then it was Campbell?
Yeah, that's right. I think Campbell came in for is Jason Campbell still in the league, by the
he's
way?
back. Where is? God, I just saw his name somewhere. I don't know where it was. I don't even want to think about Jason Campbell. I give up.
we don't have the time to waste on Jason Campbell
I
right
give
now. What was I getting ready to say, though, about Johnny Manziel? I can't even remember. Oh, I just thought it was interesting, just to touch on fantasy just a little bit. The site that I use in one of my drafts tells you what the projected scores are for each game in the schedule.
Yeah.
It definitely has Manziel at 0.9 up until about week 6, and then it jumps up to like 22 points.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
Right about true. Right around there.
Jason Campbell's on the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's right. That's
again,
exactly right.
another 5 seconds wasted on Jason Campbell.
Poor
He's
Jason
Hey,
Campbell.
he's made a
Poor
lot of money
Jason
being
Campbell.
a career backup and starting a little bit for
So,
Washington.
heck yeah.
We're at the Browns and
But
Steelers,
his
right?
house is bigger than mine.
We're at the Browns and Steelers right now. I think that's all we have time for in this segment. We'll have to do the rest of this in segment 3, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, yeah,
Matt,
we'll
can I get a
finish
time
up.
on that? Is that right?
Affirm.
Confirmed? Awesome.
All right.
All right, so real quick, Browns and Steelers.
Browns and Steelers. I'm gonna go Steelers. I mean, I'll double that line. I'll lay 12.
You thought way too long about that. Browns or Steelers?
Steelers. I think
Steelers
the
as
Browns
well.
could get. I think the Browns could get to their third string quarterback that they don't have, and both of them could be gone because the Browns' offensive line looked totally like doo doo during the preseason.
a very good chance.
Is it going to be a complete blowout?
Who do you
think?
like?
Oh, definitely the Steelers.
Then the Browns cover
I hope Le'Veon Bell runs up and down the field.
because you got them.
Oh, yeah, I did. I grabbed him.
Hey, as long as you don't get high before the game, might get
As
lazy.
long as it's without outside of 24 hours, I'm fine.
You're about to get muted.
We're going to come right back for segment 3. Stick with us. We're going to discuss the rest of these games here and whatever else we feel like talking about. Welcome back for the last segment of episode 6 of the Three Frosted Mugs. We were in the middle of talking about betting lines of the upcoming NFL games this weekend, and we had just left off with the Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we are moving on to Jacksonville Jaguars at the Philadelphia Eagles. And they have a -10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the largest spread for the games coming up, I believe.
That's going to get larger before Sunday.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's the largest spread you've ever seen?
I was probably
In
17
college.
and a half. Oh, yeah, college.
In college, it's big.
stupid.
What did you just make
In
yourself
college?
laugh?
In college, that's the largest spread you've ever seen?
That
was
is
in
true.
college?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where do you stand on the Jacksonville Jaguars and Philadelphia Eagles?
I just went 14 years old in here real quick.
I know, right? Start talking about that. Robbie
We're
gets
with
all
the
giddy.
I'm with the Philadelphia Eagles.
The
Let
Eagles.
me step in here.
Eagles all the way.
Give me
Right.
a final score.
Final score would
54
be,
to 7.
I'm going to say 37-13.
37-13.
It's going to be
Chip Kelly could run 73 plays in the first quarter.
Good Lord.
Man, I'm going to say
You want to take the points.
I'm going to say 38-21.
Your score is
That's
so
it.
cliche.
I don't have to say who wins that.
Your
I don't have
score-
to finish
your
that
score
up.
is so
38-21.
cliche.
38-21. So you're taking the Eagles with the spread then?
Yeah, I don't want to. Reluctantly, because everybody's going to take Philly. So it'll probably be 28-20 Philly. Jacksonville covers. A bunch of people lose money.
How long will it take Case Keenum to be the starter at the St. Louis Rams? You think he'll beat out Sean Hill?
Is that where he is now?
Yeah.
No, Case Keenum's garbage. Go back to Houston. Houston
He,
Cougars.
he was a badass at Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, do they have any sort of escape route for someone like Sean Hill? How is he as a passer? And I mean, they have Zach
Sean
Stacy
Hill-
for the running back.
Sean Hill's decent. Well, according to a couple people at our draft, at least one in particular, he was worthy of a second-round pick. When did said player pick up Zach
Oh
Stacy?
no! Zach Stacy.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Who picked up Trey Mason?
I'd have to look.
He didn't
I don't
get
think
drafted
anyone
in
drafted
any
Trey
league
Mason.
that I was in.
Yeah, no one drafted Trey Mason.
Better pick him up.
You wouldn't have drafted him. Too many people better than him. You know who else didn't get drafted? Eric Ebron.
Yeah.
That is true.
They said he looks bad.
Look, on the next one, I want you to start off. Raiders at the Jets. Jets are laying 5.5.
Third round.
Zach Stacy.
Yeah,
Who was
But-
their first round pick?
Matt Stafford.
Oh, different draft. Yeah, somebody picked up.
Am I looking at a different draft?
Somebody picked up Dennis Pitta in the 4th round.
It's a good pick.
How's that happen?
Ernest
And
Davis.
if you watched our fantasy focus, then you will know what we're talking about.
Jets laying 5.5 against the Raiders. Who you like?
Man,
Or give me a score. We know who you like.
oh man. I mean, it's gonna be low. I'm gonna say 21-13 Oakland.
21-13 Oakland. I'm going to say the Jets. I'm going to say it's a high-scoring game.
Okay.
I'd take the over 39.5. I'm going
Have
to
you
go.
ever taken an under?
No. I'm going to go more like 31-24 Jets.
Why do you think it's gonna be high scoring?
Why do you think the Jets are going to score 31 points?
That's what I mean. I don't
Because people like you that are saying, how can this ever go over?
Eric Decker's gonna
Geno
take
Smith's
in.
going to come in there and just tear it all up.
I know, because you know who I like this year?
Shane Vereen.
I like Chris Johnson.
Shane Vereen. He's on the Patriots.
Chris Johnson's going to come out and run hard for one game.
Right. I mean,
Hey, this is that game.
The one game against the Raiders.
you love Shane Vereen and you hate Eli Manning.
Why does Shane Vereen factor into this
Who
at
said
all?
Shane
He's
Vereen?
part of the Patriots.
I think you like Shane Vereen.
Yeah, I think you might like Shane Vereen.
I think he just got confused on what team we were talking about.
Cincinnati Bengals.
I wasn't listening to
I already
it
talked
anymore.
about
We
it.
already talked about that.
Listen to the daggone show.
So, well, someone switched my pages here real quick.
Chicago
Hold
7-47.
Why are you not on the same page as us?
Don't-
That's our
on.
problem.
Don't. Chicago, what?
Chicago laying 7 at home against the Bills.
Chicago all day long.
I'm
Yeah.
taking Buffalo.
EJ Manuel has 3 picks. Jay Cutler throws for 425 yards and 4 touchdowns.
I'll take Buffalo all day. Give me
You
the
taking
touchdown.
Buffalo?
Give me the touchdown.
This is Jay Cutler is going to come out the first week and be in the top 3 in fantasy quarterbacks with points.
No, I'll take.
Put that in the cooler. Put that in the cooler.
I'll take outside top 3.
All right, it's done.
Definitely, it's on ice. I'll take it.
All right, wait.
That's for next week's beer.
What happened?
He's saying that Jay Cutler is going to be a top 3 fantasy quarterback this week, and I'm saying no chance. And I'm taking the 7 points with Buffalo.
If he's not on my fantasy team, I don't ever want them to
Scott
succeed.
Sale picked him up in the 2nd round.
Wow.
Scott went
He's
Matt.
definitely going to have huge day.
Scott
then.
went Matt Ryan, Jay Cutler, and then the 12 hole.
That's going to be nasty.
Yeah, it could be really good. At the
So
same
regardless,
spot,
say I'm going Chicago.
I will also go Chicago.
I win. Y'all lose. Next game.
Titans at the Chiefs.
Chiefs at home always. Period.
Chiefs, yep, at home.
Yeah, definitely Chiefs.
All right, well, that's all we have to say about that one. Patriots at the Dolphins. Interested to see this because this could go either way. I
Miami
think.
wins that game straight up. Bet the money line plus 195. They're getting 5.5. They win outright. Miami Dolphins 1-0.
Wait, who's getting
Patriots
5.5?
0-1. Patriots are laying 4.5.
Gotcha.
Here's
okay.
another betting tip: never bet against the New England Patriots.
I'd like to see what their covering rate is. They win a lot of ball games. But I'd like to see what their ATS there against
Because
the
they pull
spread
out really
is.
close games a lot, don't they?
Now, they blow people out, but they're always laying. I mean, they're giving up a lot of chalk. Like that word, chalk.
Well,
Well, my new word now, chalk.
if you teach our producer how to look up betting lines, he could look up all that stats for us.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that, Matt?
No.
Matt, how
Would you
many
like to
goals
learn?
did Pele score in the 1983 World Cup? You could tell us that right offhand.
3.
All right, so anyway, the
I have
Dolphins,
no idea.
the Dolphins are going to win that game outright. Conway, who you like?
New England.
Steven?
Just got a feeling about the Dolphins.
I like it.
I'm excited about them.
I got them as, I think, as a wild card team this year.
It's just that they've got a lot of the same makeup, I think, of the Eagles team, and if they're bringing an offensive coordinator from there, I don't know. I mean,
I like
they got the deep threat with Mike Wallace and Lamar Miller.
I'll take the under in that game too, 46.5. Tampa Bay laying 1.5 at home against Carolina. You got a team a good team last year. In Carolina, and then you got a new quarterback and everything coming to Tampa Bay, and they're laying 1.5 at home. I'm giving the 1.5. I'm taking Tampa at home. Everybody's going to be on Carolina.
I'm on Carolina.
Exactly. See what I mean? I'm telling you, it's clockwork.
Now,
my
Mike
plan
Glennon
is
plays. Are you still on Carolina?
Mike Glennon
Yeah,
needs
he's
to
a
play
huge Glennon.
before
He'll-
halftime.
He's a huge Glennon fan, but still, he ain't getting off that Carolina train. He's got them going to the Super Bowl.
Because they are.
Big dummy.
They are going to the Super Bowl.
They're not making the
You know,
playoffs.
and everybody's going to be talking about Kelvin Benjamin after week 1, too. Benjamin and Jay Cutler. It's a wrap.
You know what I just realized?
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Do you know what I just
Yeah,
realized?
that we don't have a beer in front
Oh
of
my
us.
gosh!
Hey, Matt, can you see if AJ Studios can deliver us a beverage?
At least
Isn't there-
halfway before the segment is over.
He can't do that.
Don't you have IM?
I will get on that right away.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then we get to get AJ
I knew
Studios
there was
on
something
camera.
wrong.
I'm sitting
I
there.
just felt weird.
Yeah.
It felt weird.
Way to go, guys.
Well,
Yeah, you're a part of this group, too.
yeah, man.
No, obviously I'm not, because I'm not part of Twitter with you guys. I'm
You
very
sound like-
upset
sound
about
like
that.
Cartman. All right, so where are you going on that one? He's going Carolina. I'm going Tampa Bay. She won't do it?
No, he was going to ask me a
Oh.
question.
Who do you like? Tampa Bay laying 1.5 at home.
I am going to say the Panthers just because of the edge of who their quarterback is. That's all.
Okay.
I mean, that's all it is. Because a wide receiver, I can't. Kelvin Benjamin, which actually Scott drafted as well, so it's quite possible that Kelvin Benjamin could go off.
Yeah.
I have met an individual before, and this is a true story, that when he takes to look at the lines and everything, he takes into effect who their backup quarterback is, and that's who he makes his choice with.
I think I know who you're talking about.
It definitely is not me.
No, it's not you.
San Francisco's going to Dallas laying 4.5. Dallas wins this game outright.
Well, I hope so.
They're getting 5.5. The total is 51.5.
I mean, it's if anybody's at home and they're getting points like that on open week, I mean, how do you not take them?
Yeah, I don't care how bad everybody thinks Dallas is.
Frank Gore goes out of the game early. Carlos Hyde comes in and just runs all over the Cowboys defense.
I don't want it to happen that early because I'm not starting them. I'm taking Dallas. They'll win outright. Definitely cover the 4.5. Conway?
Dallas train.
Yep. Steven?
Yeah, Dallas, because I have Des Bryant, so I would like him to do real well.
Denver laying 7.5 at home against the Colts. Big game Sunday night.
I'm gonna.
Last time was the big game. Last year they played. It was at the Colts though. Luck got the best of.
I'm taking the Colts.
I'm going Broncos.
I'm taking the 7.5. Denver's going to win. They won't cover the touchdown and a half. Colts.
And I mean, could we get some better Monday night games on opening week?
Giants at Lions. You don't like that?
No.
You don't like Chargers at Cardinals? I mean, Chad might like Chargers at Cardinals.
Yes, that's Monday night. Tuesday, I usually wake up around 1 a.m. to go to work.
So you're going to check out the fourth quarter of that?
No, as soon as I get home, I'm going to bed. I'm waking up at 10:30, watching that game, then going to work.
He's a dedicated Cardinals fan.
Yes, I am. All right, so Detroit's laying 5.5 at home against the Giants, 47. Who you like?
Me first.
If you like, or we can ask Steven.
I mean, I don't know. Go to Steven first.
Steven, Detroit laying 5.5. Go.
That'd be the one that I look at, and I would keep it out of all my parlays. I wouldn't bet on it. But then again, I'd be so far behind on Monday night that I'd have to take the over with that. And
Oh, yeah. Then it
parlay
means
with the
Detroit,
second game.
Detroit the over.
I could have a 14 parlay right there with just those two games.
That's going to
Yeah.
be one of those weird games where Eli pulls it out. I think it's going to be.
I wanted to lean towards the Giants.
I think it's going to be the Giants. I'm taking the Giants.
Both
especially
Giants.
because you hate Eli.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Detroit.
And all right, let's see. Chargers at Cardinals.
Cardinals. Even though San Diego's got a good team, I'm not getting away from the Cardinals. I'll bet the Cardinals all year long. Give up the 3,
Chargers.
they win.
Chargers.
I'm a little nervous about Patrick Peterson and having him standing back there waiting for Rivers to make a mistake. So I'm gonna go Cardinals. I'm going Cardinals on this one.
Yeah, son.
But actually, we're gonna do something a little bit different because of the little lapse in thought about our mugs. We're going to take a very quick break. To you guys, it's going to seem almost instantaneous. And then we'll be right back. And we are back for segment 3.2 of the Three Frosted Mugs.
This segment what?
3.2.
3.2,
We had to
I
take
like
a quick little break to get the brewskis. A little oversight on our part today. But we finished up with the NFL just now, right there with the upcoming games. Man, I'm just so excited. But we've already got some football going on, right?
Yeah, we had college.
College football happening.
Yeah, my Heisman dark horse got benched before the first half was over.
Hilarious.
From Virginia.
Yeah, Grayson Lambert.
21 of their points were scored from defensive
Their
scores.
defense looked so good, but they gave up 21 points in the second quarter with a fumble return for a touchdown and two
Pick six?
interceptions returned for a touchdown, 2 pick six.
They didn't play. I mean, playing at the 11th ranked UCLA,
Their defense looked good.
they played good. They
Running
played
game
good.
looked halfway decent. Once that other quarterback came in there and they started throwing the ball down the field,
Yeah.
I mean they only allowed their offense allowed. I mean their defense allowed 7 points. I think the final score was 28-20. So yeah, their defense allowed 7 points to Hundley and the UCLA Bruins.
They played good. They
Not
played real
bad.
good.
Hey, real quick, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I was watching a special on just like top 10 performing defenses, and they brought up the grits from the Atlanta Falcons, the gritty defense. Do you know what I'm talking about at all?
Nope.
Just reminded me because they also had one of the worst offenses that year. It just reminded me because they had one of the worst offenses that year. So they were literally holding teams to like 13 points a game.
Who
but we're
was the
still
two
losing
linebackers that
losing
were
the
playing
games.
for him?
I can't remember their names. And they did a commercial for grits, which was awesome. And then there's like the 3 linebackers around the table. The one linebacker goes, "Can I get some more grits?" And then he goes to hand it to him, and the other linebacker grabs it out of his hands. And then the first one goes, "Oh, interception!" And then that's it.
It was probably corny as.
It was very corny.
But that's great.
I think
That's-
it was like the 70s or 80s.
Well, my team that I had in the Final Four lost, but it wasn't a bad loss. That loss isn't going to hurt them. They're still going to have to run the table.
Who was that?
Wisconsin, they played good against LSU, but LSU is not a bad team.
No, I mean LSU's in the
Wisconsin's
top
still-
15, right?
Yeah, Wisconsin's still going to have some good conference games. I haven't looked at their schedule, but they probably play Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State. Don't know exactly, but if they run the table, they could be there at the end because they did not play bad. And I think Melvin Gordon. I think he suffered a minor injury.
Energy.
Injury.
he has minor energy.
Yeah, same thing.
That's funny.
They do play. No, actually, they only play really Nebraska. That's ranked, so it's going to be really tough for them to get back there.
It was the Grits Blitz, by the
God,
way.
that's
Just
terrible,
so you
man.
know.
Their strength of schedule is going to
The
be
Grits
bad.
Blitz.
It was a 9-man blitz that he would do.
Who was the defensive coordinator there?
It was.
You're not in your microphone at all.
I'm thinking. It was. Hold on, let me look it up because I can't remember the guy's name.
Thank you.
We don't have time for you to look that up.
Keep going. Was it Bennett? Lehman Bennett? Does that sound right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's right.
None of the viewers are going to know. This is from the 70s.
We don't have no viewers over 50 years old.
So what are you guys looking up right now? Because it just got deathly quiet. What's happening?
We're waiting for you to take control of the show
Carry us,
again.
man.
He's
Carry
talking.
us.
You're talking about college football
Come
right
on.
now.
All right. Well, how about my guy for the Heisman,
All right.
Todd Gurley?
Yeah, he's a man. I mean, he is a man.
Yeah, he's a man.
Herschel Walker said he's the best running back in the nation. In the nation.
the dude is tough.
He's a grown man.
He is.
And who does he play for?
Seriously.
I mean, you got to give a little bit more information here. There are
The
people who
Edmonton
don't know.
Eskimos.
There
The
are people who
Saskatchewan
don't know.
Rough Riders.
Oh my gosh.
That's who he plays for.
The Georgia Bulldogs. They got South Carolina might start 0-2 because Georgia goes to South Carolina next week.
Really? I hate Georgia. Georgia messes up every single parlay I've ever done in my entire life.
Even when they win or lose.
Yeah,
right?
you,
It doesn't matter.
you hate on Georgia too much.
I don't
That's
know why I put them in anything.
Yeah,
why
you-
do I involve them?
You
Why?
always talk about them. Them in Oklahoma you hate, but
Yes.
you don't stay away from them. What is wrong with you?
I just want to go home and read Twitter.
What do you think about Notre Dame? What do you think about Everett Golston? Conway, because Rodney has no idea who Everett Golston is. I
a
looked
good
at
guy.
him. I looked at him for a
He's a good
second.
guy. Seems like a good guy.
I try not to think about Notre Dame at all.
Really?
Why do you love Notre Dame so much?
Because I'm
Because
from
of
South
Rudy?
Bend.
You're from South Bend. Well, do you know Brian Kelly just suspended 5 Notre Dame players today?
Are you serious?
Yes.
What for?
I have no idea. It just came up.
Breaking news.
Were they
We
starters?
have no idea.
Yeah, we're breaking
Looks
it
like a lot of-
tomorrow. When you listen,
Devarius Daniels.
That means nothing to me.
He was their leading receiver from last year. That's all I know.
Well,
It doesn't say why.
And it does, but I'm not going to get into that.
Oh, okay. You're a great reporter.
Notre Dame, Michigan
No,
next
just
week.
play it. It doesn't say there's no chatters in the. There's no change. There's no chatter in the status.
We
no
all
chatter
chugged
whatsoever.
7 beers on break, on that
Yeah.
minor break. So
The break felt like 1 minute to you guys. It was actually an hour long. Rode up to happy hour. It's getting real in here.
So listen to Notre Dame. Listen to their little 3-game spurt. Actually, 4 out of 5 games.
They played Michigan this week, don't they?
I'm not worried about that right now. you go Stanford, North Carolina, Florida State, Navy, Arizona State. I mean, that's 4 ranked teams in 5 games.
Who do they play this weekend? Don't they play Michigan this weekend?
Yes, I already said that, dummy.
Well, you're talking about the 3-game. I mean,
4 out of 5
shouldn't you
games.
start with this?
I
Shouldn't
did,
you start
but
with
then
Michigan?
Then you just looked at me and tried to say something, and it didn't come out right. Then we started talking about happy hour. Rodney still has no idea what we're talking about.
We need to include Rodney.
That's why
in
I'm
this.
here.
What new shows are you watching, Rodney?
What new shows am I watching?
Yeah.
Are you watching Bachelor in Paradise?
Oh, what? No, I'm catching up with Sons of Anarchy right now. Last season. And I think I've rewatched the first episode of Breaking Bad maybe 5 times in the past
You notice
week.
he didn't say. I mean, I know he watches like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and all that stuff.
I can't
and he won't say
stand
that.
those shows, man.
Neither can I.
I cannot stand those shows.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
No, I like good shows. Although I have not cracked Orange is the New Black
Hey.
or any of that
Hey,
stuff.
is the league still going on?
The league
The league
starts
starts this
tomorrow. Or tomorrow
What is that
night.
on FX?
I think
Is
it's
it
on
FXX?
FXX
It's on
or
their,
whatever it's called.
Still
on their
never seen an
adult
episode
version
of
of FX.
You know what the
very
season
excited about
finale
that.
is of Hard Knocks is tonight.
Is it? Glad I don't have HBO.
Very excited about that as well.
Well,
I am
watching
very
it.
excited.
Not me.
I mean, the last episode, the special teams coach cussed everybody out, and I mean, it seriously made me nervous. It was like I felt like I was there.
He
I
got
felt
all
bad
up
for
in
everybody.
Devontae Freeman's
Yeah.
face for missing that block.
That's the only little bit I did see, and I felt bad for the guy.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, man. And I know, I guess it comes with the reputation of being a coach and being a player and having that reverence for them. But at a certain point, I was like, "What in the hell did he just say?" I don't even understand what point you're trying to make.
And
The
you can't
point
say
he was
nothing
trying
back.
to make is that
Yeah.
your ass didn't block and you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and guess what?
No,
You're
no, it's
not
when-
getting off the special teams.
It's when he went into
You're
the
going on more.
bathroom stuff. When he
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, "I don't go into the bathroom and just start talking about you behind your back. I'm a man. Say it to your face."
To your
I
face.
mean, I don't
I don't
even-
know what the bathroom reference was either. But
I guess that's where he goes. People go to talk about each other at the Atlanta Falcons.
That
I have
aren't
no
men.
idea.
meet him in the bathroom so we can
Roddy-
evaluate our tight end position.
Come here.
Roddy White and Julio Jones are having conversations in
Right.
the men's stall.
Hey, you know on that play where you're supposed to do this little 5 pattern? Meet me in the bathroom so we can figure this crap out.
Go ahead. Right now, I'm trying to make a 50-yard pass play right now. A bomber.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Ah, sorry, it was a poo joke. And we'll end on that, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how we're going to end.
That is
We're
how we're
done?
going to end. Yeah, we're out of time. We got to go.
We got to talk to our producer about more time.
We do. We have to get some more time. And if you send in your support for this show, we'll probably be able to get more time per segment.
Tweet us at...
Tweet us at 3 Frosted Mugs.
Because I'm not allowed on Twitter, so
That's
I don't
3
know.
Frosted Mugs, frosted without an O or an E. Also follow us on Facebook at 3 Frosted Mugs. Go to our website, 3frostedmugs.com, where you can play our Pick 3 game. The Pick 3 game, again, is where you will pick 3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 3 running backs,
3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs,
3 running backs,
an offensive team.
3 offensive teams, right?
Yep.
And then the highest scoring game of the week as well. So visit www.3frostedmugs.com to go ahead and put your picks in for that. For the 3 Frosted Mugs, I'm Rodney here with Chad and Conway. We want to thank AJ Studios for the post-production work, our producer Matt, and Fiad Entertainment Group for our show today.
You know what? We forgot to touch on the Capitals.
Oh, there was. Did you see in the news?
We have no time for them.
All right.
May all your parlay dreams come true.